The Domination tree in League of Legends focuses on burst damage with a utility sub-theme. There are 4 keystones in this tree, all of them focusing on increasing your champion's burst damage. Despite every keystone having a similar focus, they all have differing uses, although they are more swappable than the precision keystones. In this video, I'll be talking about each of the keystone runes and their identities within the Domination tree. The first keystone in the Domination tree is Electrocute. Hitting a champion with 3 separate attacks or abilities within 3 seconds deals 30 to 180 plus 40% of your bonus AD and 25% of your total AP damage on a 25 to 20 second cooldown based on level. This is a general rune for assassins and burst mages in the mid lane. Champions whose training patterns are quick like Zed, Fizz, or Elise will benefit most from this rune. Electrocute gives your champion upfront damage at the cost of having lower overall damage compared to other combat keystones. However, when compared to Dark Harvest, it has a lower cooldown and no HP threshold, making it more useful for early game trading. For this reason, it is often taken on bursty assassins or mages whose trading pattern is a fast spell rotation before backing off. Immobile mages who deal consistent damage throughout a fight, such as Ryze or Orianna, are usually better off taking Phase Rush, as the movement speed allows them to more easily reposition to avoid incoming damage or chase down fleeing targets. Overall, if your champion needs a bit more burst to make trades or get kills, especially early game, then Electrocute is a solid option for laners. The next keystone in the tree is Predator. Enchant your boots with the Predator active effect. Upon activation, gain ramping move speed over 1.5 seconds, up to 45% while chasing enemy champions. After ramping up, damaging attacks or abilities to champions ends the effect and deals 40 to 120 plus 20% of your bonus AD and 10% of your total AP bonus adaptive damage, with a cooldown of 90 to 60 seconds based on level. This rune is made for engaged junglers that don't have solid gap closers like Skarner or Udyr. Note that when activated, champions within 3000 range will be notified with an audio and visual effect, so it's best to activate as you're about to enter vision range. Unfortunately, Predator has been almost completely overshadowed by the item Turbo Chem Tank, and as such, is basically never taken, except on Gragas, who still wants to build Night Harvester. But overall, if you need a bit of help getting in range of your opponent, but can't afford the mythic slot to run Chem Tank or Shurelya's, then Predator could be an option. The third rune in the tree is Dark Harvest. Damaging a champion below 50% max HP deals 20 to 60 adaptive damage, plus 25% of your bonus AD and 15% of your total AP, and grants a stack that increases Dark Harvest damage permanently by 5 on a 45 second cooldown, but cooldown is reset upon getting a takedown. This is a general use rune for assassin junglers and some ADCs. Compared to Electrocute, a single proc is going to do less damage until very late in the game, but being able to proc it multiple times in a fight makes it a very appealing choice. In addition, on junglers, the cooldown isn't very relevant because typically ganks are spaced out in order to get farm, and when you do go for ganks, usually try to get the kill, which would give you the stack as well as resetting the cooldown. However, since Dark Harvest is really weak in the early game, junglers like Elise who fall off really hard take Electrocute to deal more damage while they're at their strongest. In addition, junglers that have trouble getting multiple kills in a fight like Evelynn might also prefer Electrocute over Dark Harvest, but overall, if your champion can get takedowns multiple times during a fight, then Dark Harvest might be worth picking up. The last keystone is Hail of Blades. Gain 110% attack speed when you auto-attack an enemy champion for up to 3 attacks. However, if 3 or more seconds elapses between any 2 attacks, the effect will end and remaining auto-attacks will be wasted. Auto-attack resets will not count towards the 3 attacks, and this rune will allow you to exceed the attack speed limit, but there's an 8-second cooldown before you can use it again once the effect ends. This rune is great on champions with auto-based stacking passives like Kai'Sa, or champions that can get a lot of value out of short auto trades like Pyke or Tryndamere, as in the early game, 1 extra auto is oftentimes more damage than a full Electrocute proc. This rune can be seen as the inverse of Lethal Tempo from the Precision tree, and can sometimes be taken instead of it into mostly squishy teams. Overall, if your champion benefits a lot from getting a few auto attacks in quickly, then Hail of Blades could be a solid pick. To conclude, Electrocute is taken on champions who want consistent, upfront burst in the early and late game. Predator, although rarely taken, is used to close the gap for junglers without good engage. Dark Harvest is taken on champions that want to skill up for the late game and get a ton of resets during fights, and Hail of Blades is used to more easily proc auto attack based passives, or to get a burst trade with auto attacks. Thank you for watching.